The response on especially YouTube, I was shocked because usually Twitter, YouTube are the places where you get trolled quite a bit.
एक्चुअली मेरी लाइफ में बहुत कम चीज़ें हैं जिनके बारे में आई एम अशेम्ड ऑफ. ओके, सो देर इज नो झिझक इन talking about myself.
I've lived a very public life ever since my birth, in the sense that I think I've been talked about for a very long time. But I've made my peace with the fact that a certain part of my life will always be public. I think the one negative, hilarious comment was that one guy said, हाँ भाई देख लिया तुम्हारा trailer. Because I think everybody was sharing it and everybody was putting it. Everyone said, हाँ देख लिया भाई देख लेंगे 28.
I remember once Devanand had said that हम पब्लिक फिगर हैं, हमको पब्लिक फिगर होने के बहुत फायदे भी होते हैं, है ना. एक जमाने में गैस कनेक्शन लेने में या फोन कनेक्शन लेने में भी फायदा होता था.
Finally keeping up with the Guptas is happening. So
never.
I love it.
This actually happened in Lajpat Nagar, by the way, in a fabric shop, where I was being sold my own print, and I said, "Listen, but it's me. I am Masaba," and he said, "No, it's a country." And I said, "Okay," and I just quietly walked away from there. And other things happened where anything that's a quirky print today is called a Masaba print and put on a shelf in a store, fabric store.
today I have with me some really interesting women. I have with me women who are bold, who are fierce, who are sassy, unapologetic, inspiring, and the best part is that they're game changers in their own field. Joining me today is the team of Masaba Masaba. I have with me Masaba Gupta. I have with me Neena ji. I have with me Sonam, and I have with me Ashvini. Welcome everyone. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Super.
Yeah.
Now we're here to talk about Masaba Masaba. Guys, I've seen the first few episodes, and let me tell you, I absolutely love them. Now, this is a piece of content that you would definitely love to sort of binge watch on. I want to start off by talking to Masaba a little. When the trailer came out, you had posted this Insta story about how you were sort of scared of reading the comments, on the trailer. But, the comments that have been coming in, they've been so nice. I mean, I went through them recently, and people have such amazing things to say about you. Tell me a little about how have you been taking in the reaction to the trailer so far?
The response on especially YouTube, I was shocked because usually Twitter, YouTube are the places where you get trolled quite a bit, and I just didn't know. I mean, my entire fear in this whole process has only been that will people who don't know me also just take a liking to me, when they see the trailer. Because people who know me, they followed my journey for the past 10 years as a designer, and I was just a bit, I was afraid of that, to be honest. So I was like, and I remember I was talking to a friend, and she said, don't look at comments on YouTube ever. Like it's it's very bad, and then you'll be depressed. And I said, no, I must, because I must prepare myself. And I went on to YouTube and I saw the comments, and I was blown away. I don't think there was. I mean, I think I can count how many negative comments there were. There were barely any. And I think I'm lucky, I guess. I think people have taken to it, and I don't know what else to say, because it's just a trailer, and I'm very, very, very surprised. But I think it's a genuine effort from our side, and I think that genuineness has come through, and people have liked it, I guess.
Yeah, people have not just liked it, Masaba, let me tell you, they've loved it, because like I told you, I've seen the comments, and like you said, you can count. I don't think I can count, because I didn't see any negative comments there, so kudos to that, congratulations on that.
I think the one negative, hilarious comment was that one guy said, हाँ भाई देख लिया तुम्हारा trailer. Because I think everybody was sharing it, and everybody was putting it. Everyone said, हाँ देख लिया भाई देख लेंगे 28. So that was really funny.
No, my favorite the one where someone come and said, "मैं यहाँ troll करने आया, but I really liked it." So that
Yeah.
was,
That's what you guys had posted also. I did see that. Yeah, because people actually went on to see, what is going to be there, and there was a surprise. Everybody's actually just fallen in love. Neena ji and Masaba, you both have sort of always spoken about things, and you've always been vocal about your personal lives and everything. Was there ever a thought, like a second thought that came to your head, or were you ever skeptical about perhaps putting out personal aspects of your life? Because I did see the first 2 episodes, and where Masaba's talking about certain things. So did you ever think that was there ever a second thought that perhaps must have come to your mind about would you want to put this thought forward or not? Because like Ashvini mentioned, you did not just want to show the good and the happy parts, you also wanted to sort of show the contradictions and all of those. So tell me a little about that.
मैं ये कहूँगी कि एक्चुअली मेरी लाइफ में बहुत कम चीज़ें हैं जिनके बारे में आई एम अशेम्ड ऑफ. ओके, सो देयर इज नो झिझक इन टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ or the series which is talking about me and my daughter and her life. So I am not ashamed of that, and I am not scared of that. And to tell you frankly, the very, very private things which have happened to me over the years, actually nobody knows about them. Nobody. People know about talk about a lot of nonsense which has never happened to me also. But so I was not scared or skeptical. I was just worried that it is Masaba's first acting assignment, and she should do at least average, if not the best. That was what, and I was very impressed when I saw the whole thing, and she has done remarkably well. And also, I remember once Devanand had said that हम पब्लिक फिगर हैं, हमको पब्लिक फिगर होने के बहुत फ़ायदे भी होते हैं, है ना. एक ज़माने में गैस कनेक्शन लेने में या फ़ोन कनेक्शन लेने में भी फ़ायदा होता था पब्लिक फिगर का. तो पब्लिक फिगर होने के बहुत सारे नुकसान भी होते हैं कि लोग जानना चाहते हैं आप कौन से बेड में सोते हैं, आपके घर में क्या सोने के हैंडल्स हैं, things like that. People want to know everything personal about you. That is the disadvantage of being in a public figure. But there are many advantages also. So one, it is fine. So I was not worried about what we are showing to people. I was not worried, and me and Masaba both have read the script also, and we didn't find anything objectionable in it.
I've lived a very public life ever since my birth, in the sense that I think I've been talked about for a very long time. But I've made my peace with the fact that a certain part of my life will always be public, and a certain part can be private too. So I think it was very clear for me right in the beginning, and I wasn't scared about, we shouldn't say this or shouldn't say that.
I want to speak to Sonam and Ashvini. You've you've been in the creation process of the entire series. I want to know how did this idea come about? Because this concept is really new, something that we haven't seen. Because we're talking about a top fashion designer who is also, and we're not just talking about her, we're talking about her relationship with her mother. And then we're also adding some fiction to it and some drama to it, which seems like a very crazy combination, So tell me a little about the entire process and how was this project conceived?
okay, so basically the concept was how it would be to kind of have the actual person that you're talking about in the show play herself. So that was the idea that I had for a while now, actually more than 2 years. But I wasn't able to fit in the right person for the concept. It had to be a person that was open on playing the good parts and the bad parts. Normally when you, if you see the biopics and all, the people whose biopic it is normally don't let you show the bad parts. And, it has to be all goody-goody achievements and things like that. But the idea was to show it as is, and I couldn't think of anyone who would play such a thing. And then I was following Masaba on her Instagram. I love her Instagram, and her stories was something that I was checking out. And after a couple of months, I realized that this is the one. This is the person who should be doing it, because her stories is exactly like, she used to make fun of herself. She used to make fun of how she ate a whole lot of desserts and then weighing herself the next day. If she had a pimple, then she would put a picture of the pimple, which most women are afraid to do. And she was all out there, and there was a story forming in her Insta stories itself. So I thought she would be just fantastic for the concept that I had, and so very hastily I approached her, because Masaba was a fashion designer, so I wasn't sure she was open to kind of acting, or if she was open to the whole idea of actually putting out a show which shows all of it. So we met up and basically told her the concept, and she liked it, and then we began from there.
So once Ashvini and Masaba met and they had come up with the broader concept of the show, then I came on board, and then it was just sort of to understand it myself was like, okay, what are we making? Because there is no rules, there's nothing that we can copy and be like, okay, aisa kar sakte hai. It was just like open space, and the toughest part was the writing of it, which me and 3 other girls, we've all spent a lot of evenings with Masaba and Neena ji getting source material for this script, just getting all sorts of incidents, events, their inner thoughts, feelings, things that they stand for, things that they want to communicate, all of that raw material we got, and then to structure it, to kind of condense it down to just 6 episodes, and then keep that tone of always feeling like you don't know whether what you're watching actually happened or not, whether whether it's fiction or this one happened but that couldn't have happened, that feeling. I just wanted like everybody to always be on the edge, like what are we watching? So I think we've managed to crack that middle ground.
I agree. Okay, so lastly, I have a few comments which have been coming on the trailer, and some really surprising comments at that. Okay, so I just want to read out these comments, and if you could, sort of react, all of you. One comment says that finally keeping up with the Guptas is happening. So
Never.
I love it. I love this Gupta women. See, वैसे गुप्ता लोगों में women को भाव नहीं दिया जाता है. Generally, women are very secondary in Guptas. So here we go. We are Gupta women. I'm very impressed by this word, Gupta women. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Masaba has a different take on it. Masaba, what do you have to say about this?
No, I just think the idea of, and I have to say I have nothing against the format. I think I thoroughly enjoy keeping up with the Kardashians, and I think that it takes a serious amount of commitment and hard work to do what the Kardashians have done. No matter who they are, whatever, it's commendable that you have made something of yourself in today's day and age. But I just think the idea of a camera following me around and picking up every instance is a little. I'm not that public a person. I think I'm very private like that. So वो तो नहीं होगा, but बाकी का सब हो सकता है.
Okay, just 2 more comments. Okay, one says, the trailer reminds me of Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, really? No.
अच्छा.
I think that's just putting like fashion,
That's
fashion, or everything that has to do with fashion together.
No,
but I mean, I love Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, even I love.
अच्छा, it's a great comparison, but I would say not really. Yeah.
Yeah, we are a little different. Yeah.
This is much more rooted in Indian values, I would say.
Yeah.
True. Okay, another one says, trailer looks like a Hollywood movie trailer. That's
Oh,
again another.
really?
Masaba looks like a Hollywood star. So when we were
Yeah.
shooting, also me and the DP Aditya, we'd be like, ऐसा लग रहा है international series shoot कर रहे हैं. We felt it while making it also. We were like, oh, cool. Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
feel like
did?
we're making some international show.
Yeah. Thank you for this compliment.
Yeah, that's a big one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to wrap up by telling you guys that there's this one scene in the trailer and where Masaba is talking to a shopkeeper about the Masaba print, which is hilarious. And Masaba's
It's amazing.
reaction, it's amazing. Does it actually happen a lot with you, Masaba? Because I'm currently in Delhi, and a lot of these stores we do see the first hand copy of certain designers, and does that actually do happen with you? Have you ever encountered, or has it happened?
Yeah, so this actually happened in Lajpat Nagar, by the way, in a fabric shop, where I was being sold my own print, and I said, listen, but it's me, I am Masaba. And he said, no, it's a country. And I said, okay. And I just quietly walked away from there. And other things happen where, anything that's a quirky print today is called a Masaba print, then put on a shelf in a store, fabric store, and they say, ye Masaba print. So I've heard it so many times myself that now I'm actually very flattered. I think imitation is the best form of flattery. So I'm very happy. As long as मेरा business नहीं affect हो रहा तो सब ठीक है.
Definitely not. And I think your business is going to grow even more because people are really going to, sort of love you, not only for your designs and for your work, but also for the person that you are. So thank you for connecting, everyone. It was really nice chatting with you. I'm looking forward to the other episodes that Netflix did not send me, which I'm really upset about.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks to catch up on those 4 episodes, but I'm really looking forward. And all the very best. Thank you so much. And I hope there's a season 2 and then we get to chat again soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Shweta.
you.
Thank you so much.